Hello and welcome everyone to this Shadow News. I'll be your host today and I'm Ari. I'm a product manager. You might have seen me in a couple of videos. We have many great subjects today because we had a press conference today in our Paris office, and among those great subjects, we had new offers, we had B2B releases, and for my first Shadow News as your host, who else would be better than welcoming Eric, our CEO, that is joining us today. So we had a press conference today, so that's a pretty big deal. How did it went?
Quite well. I think it was important to inform the press community about what we are doing in terms of the three axes of development that we have, the geos, as well as the solutions and the market segment with the B2C, the gamers, as well as the enterprise business and the B2B. We'll come back later on. And I think with plenty of innovations, feedback was positive. We start to see the first articles. And what is important is that we combine that with, for the past week, we've done press tour in Spain as well as in Germany. It's very important for us to listen to the community. And for that, we have two ways to listen to the community. The first one is to listen from the community managers. And this is why now we have community managers in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, in the US for sure, in France. So it's a very important feedback for us to drive the roadmap. And the second one is the support team who receive complaints, and sometimes we are not exactly where we would like to be, but it's a very important feedback that we treat. And this is based on those feedback that we develop our roadmap and the new solution that I hope most of the users are expecting in all domains, not only the gamers, but also the B2C more general, as well as the enterprise and the B2B business.
And there was also a lot of announcements about the B2B, but we're still very into the gaming industry, right? We're not going far from that from our core segment, right?
What is important is that we are transforming the company. It has been announced till the first day when we acquired Blade, and some concerns were, do you stop gaming? Will you focus or defocus the company to that? So for that, I have four pillars of the reason why the gamers will remain very important. The first one is that the gamers community is the heart of the company and help us to deliver the best technology in the world, because it pushes the teams to develop better, to be more innovative, more creative, and at the right price, which is something important. The second one is that a lot of B2B that we started to do, and you will see EcoSession as well as a virtual booth, is around the industry of the game. And it's very important because it's for the benefits also for the gamers, because it will help them to develop better games, to have trials and so on, feedback. The third one on this one is that all the development that we are doing for the gamers help us for sure for the B2B, but the reverse. What we are developing for the B2B will help and benefits for the gamers and the B2C. And for example, Drive, which has been developed for B2C, not for gamers initially, will be installed for gamers, you know, with the free version, day one, which is very important. The fourth one, very important, is that I know that sometimes the customer experience, because transformation that we are driving sometimes create frictions, you know, on the customer experience, and the B2B is much more demanding on this one. So we reinforce the quality assurance, we reinforce the robustness of the network in order to deliver a better experience. And it's something that will benefit definitely to the gamers, because this is the same network for the B2B as well as for the B2C. So with those four pillars, trust me, gamers are in my heart and will continue to be in my heart.
And please welcome Thomas, that is going to join us. Who are you, Thomas?
I'm the head of comms at Shadow. I've been with Shadow for like a year and a half now. Happy to be here to discuss these new offers. Basically, the idea with these new offers is to answer to the needs and the requests of the community. We know that storage has been a question for a long time and something that people were asking for a long time. We know that RAM has been something that has been asked for a lot as well. So what we did is double the storage for all these new offers and add RAM, especially in the power upgrade. And it's important to note on the storage side that it's not like additional storage slice. It's really more SSD as a main storage, like your C2 point basically. So that's really your main storage. Your primary storage is now the double. It comes with a slight increase in price. We know that. We didn't want to just raise the price like everyone is doing right now. I mean, you've seen Game Pass, you've seen a lot of things in Europe, elsewhere. What we wanted to do is make it available to people that want more. What is for sure is that if you are right now subscribing to one of the existing offers before at $30 and $15 in addition for the power upgrade, that doesn't go away. You keep keep it.
Okay, so you keep your former offer. This doesn't move.
Exactly. You don't have to. We don't force you to change your offer. Basically, if you want to upgrade, you can. Right now, the only thing you can do it is actually from the standard. I would say the base offer at $30 to the Power Upgrade Plus, we call it, which is the new plan. But we will make the upgrade available to everyone pretty soon. So this is a matter of weeks, probably.
Okay. And if we look at actually the pricing, it's the price of a standard offer plus a slice of D drive, but this time it's going to be on the C drive. So for the same price, it's going to be again having more performance. And
I mean, and again, I think you have more for the price that you used to pay. You have more in these new offers. So yeah, it's a bit more. We know, and we know we're not a cheap price. We know that. We are absolutely aware of that. But the product we provide is something that requires a lot of power. That's the price of the product right now, and we're doing our best with what we have. And we didn't want to put the price just up. No, we're bringing more content to it.
Please welcome Leo to talk about Shadow Drive, because there's been new features in addition to be the cheapest service of Drive on the internet, on the whole World Wide Web.
Yeah,
right?
So Shadow Drive, what is Shadow Drive? You ask me. Shadow Drive is our own storage solution developed in partnership with Nextcloud. For now, it's available only in Europe, but maybe soon it will be available elsewhere. We don't know. But we have two things to say with the Shadow Drive today. Since few weeks, there was a big news about Shadow Drive. The price of Shadow Drive Premium decreased. And now Shadow Drive Premium is with a storage capacity of 2 terabytes, which is huge, only for €4.99. Less than €5. The average price is between 7 and 11. It has become the cheapest online storage solution in the world. We are developing a new feature that will allow all of customers, new and old ones, to easily migrate their data from other services. You can see that you have to click on the module, you have to select the service you want to import the data from, here, Dropbox. Then you will have to do some technical things, but don't worry, we will guide the client. At the end, when the procedure, which is totally secure and validated by our partners, you have to choose the target directory inside the Shadow Drive.
Okay.
And once you select the target directory, the data from the other services are automatically transferred to your Shadow Drive at the exact location you chose, and you will be able to access them, synchronize them, or share them like any other files in your Shadow Drive storage. At first, we will support Google Drive and Dropbox, like you said, but our ambition is to quickly support other services to help everyone gather the data inside only one place, a safe place, your place, Shadow Drive.
Echo Session, what is it?
Echo Session is a tool we provide to the publishers in the gaming industry to organize test sessions like user testing. The main use case is to provide them the solutions to help them test the game inside the development phase.
So you mean like QA and when they're going to do focus groups to try
focus
out some
groups.
game mechanics?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's imagine that you are a game publisher and you want to test the level 1 of your game. The only way you have to do it today is to send your game to testers and to send the code away. It's a massive breach of security. You can steal some assets from With Shadow, we use our know-how with the streaming technology and our infrastructure to build a solution for the publishers in the gaming industry. They will be able to invite testers by email. Let's say you will receive that link and you will click on the link, and with the browser, you will access directly your demo.
There's a huge thing about being monitored. Like for a focus group, you can invite the people and see their reactions, interact with them.
This is the administrator side of the product, but we will quickly add some real-time monitoring. We will add the recording of the sessions. And we are also trying to implement the live interactions with testers, like whispering.
And for the sake of name dropping, who used that solution already?
A little player like Bandai Namco.
Okay, cool.
With Elden Ring.
There's also another product that is directed at also kind of the B2B gaming target, right?
Absolutely.
And it's called Virtual Booth. A very smooth name to the ear. And we have a video for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Virtual Booth is in the public side of Echo Session. Let's say you are a publisher and you finished your development phase for the game. Now you're in the marketing phase and you want to create a hype around your game. Now you will invite them on a website where they can sign up and say, okay, I want to play the game in advance before the release, maybe 2 months before the release. So this is a tool for game publishers.
And the name is pretty clear, Virtual Booth. You imagine that you have at your trade show, let's say Gamescom or any other trade show, imagine your booth, you had this gigantic booth where you could try out the games like 2 or 3 months before. Virtual Booth is going to enable the editors to do this booth, but virtually. And instead of having people in line waiting in front of those trade show places, like they're just going to log into some place during a special event and they're going to be able to play the game. They're going to be able to share their interest or not about that game. And we also going to be able, as a company that develop or publish this game, to gather feedback and be able to enhance your game. We're going to talk about drag and drop. So drag and drop, I imagine that is pretty much the action that we all know, right? We drag something, we drop it somewhere, and I think we have a video for that. So drag and drop, as we could see it in the video, so you can now soon be able to drag and drop a file inside your Shadow? How about that?
You already can. If you go to beta, and you should, this is the gesture you're all used to. You select your files, you go over the Shadow PC window, drop, and poof.
So it's as simple as we've seen in that video?
Yes. Your files end up in the download folder of your Shadow PC.
It's compatible with what? With every version of Shadow on every device?
Desktop. No. So Windows, Linux, macOS.
For now?
Forever, probably.
Forever, because on a mobile phone, you're not really going to drag and drop something that wouldn't make sense. It's in beta already, so everyone that is seeing us right now can directly go to the beta version of those apps and try it out right now.
Yeah, totally.
What is going to be the limitation? Can you drag and drop every type of file? Can it be very large or very small?
It's the first trial of the feature, so there's quite a lot of limitations right now. Basically, it's only from your PC to the Shadow PC.
Okay, from your local PC to the Shadow PC.
To the cloud, for now. Obviously, we're working on the rear side. We don't support folders soon, but not at the moment.
But in between, you can just zip your folder and then it's supported?
Yeah. We don't limit the number of files you want to transfer at a time, nor the size. At the moment, they only go into your download folder, so don't look for your files anywhere else.
There is something that has been asked since I'm working for Shadow, and it's Shadow running within a browser. So everything you can expect from Shadow, a great PC in the cloud, but accessible from everywhere, especially in a browser. And there's a video to talk about that. Shadow within a browser, it was hard to do, right? It's not that easy.
No, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to download the native apps, but then there's no free lunch. You're forced to live with the constraint of the web browser.
We've been working in collaboration with another company, right?
Totally, Genie Mobile. I think Shadow acquired this company in
January,
but the project dates back to September of last year. They provide a similar kind of tech as Shadow, but for Android. And so they already had the browser feature.
Okay, so they knew how to display a virtual machine within a browser, whether it's Android or a Windows PC, right?
Totally.
So that helped a lot, because we could think that Shadow is easy, but the fact that it's real time, there is inputs that are going there, that's a lot more complexity, right? Does it create limitations in what we can do with Shadow in browser?
There are obviously some limitations, but most of them we have right now, and you will see when the feature is released end of July as an early access, again a bit like drag and drop.
Yeah.
There's some rough edges, but we decided to focus on the core experience and making it really flawless. And so for that, we decided to limit to QHD, so 2K resolution, and 60 frames per second. We can do more, but it needs some whittling, some adjustments.
So right now it's what we guarantee as something functional, but we expect to actually break those limitations and go further, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's so cool. And we also have a list of recommended browsers to use it on?
Yes, we tested on all major platforms. So it works on Windows, macOS, and Linux. And we all major browsers: Chrome, Chromium, Firefox,
Safari. and we can expect like the PlayStation Game Pass, Xbox, all the common ones.
The same as you can already use for the Shadow app.
Except the peripherals that required Shadow USB. Shadow USB is not compatible with the in-browser version, right?
Yes, but if you really want to use the Shadow in browser with the gamepad, go for Chrome.
There is a tradition in the French and English Shadow News that usually Victor used to ask to the participants a word, any word to end the show. Maxime, your honor.
I'll go for 2 words.
Okay.
Happy hour.
Oh yeah,
Well,
a
that
good
gives
one.
the tone for tonight. You're welcome to have a good evening. If it's the evening, to have a good day.
That was a great
It's the
ending.
morning.
That was amazing.